Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jade Crystal. I am an 8th generation psychic intuitive healer, and I have a beautiful message and reading for you today. I'm an oracular high priestess. I resonate with Isis, Hathor, lineage, Hecate, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin. Those are some of my main guides. I have studied in many lineages. I am an ancient soul, and I bring through divine channeled messages. And today I want to connect with the ocean. I want to connect with Lemuria, and I want to see what they have to say for you. And so first I'm just going to read this beautiful deck over these wonderful cards I'm going to be using. Ocean Dreams and by Danielle Noel. Mother Ocean, I open my heart to your deep mysteries and tender revelations. May I find soothing comfort in your waves and shores. May your waters help clear out any stagnant energies within my mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for always guiding me towards calmer waters. Thank you for holding me in place when life feels overwhelming. May your waters anoint all that I do with sacred wisdom, and may be blessed. May your waters anoint all that I do with your sacred wisdom, and may you be blessed with healing, protection, and endless love in return. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. This fell out. Temple of Light. Lunar Waters, Protection. And then these three. Inner Alchemy, No Regrets. The Calling. Oh, those are so pretty. Gosh, I love her cards. Goodness, I love her cards. All right, well. And also when I had opened the deck, there was this picture, and that's why I decided to read some of the prayers on it. So you are diving into the depths of the beauty in your inner worlds right now. So I'm seeing Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt, ancient Greece. So these are mythology places that you might be visiting or looking. You might feel inclined to take a trip to New Zealand, Bali, Australia, anywhere that you can actually deep dive into the ocean. I know that there are whales and dolphins on Vancouver Island too, so that might be significant to you here. Pastel colors, pastel healing, pranic healing is coming up here, and these are all really great. You really would do very well is if you took some sea salt or Epsom salt baths right now and brought in different ley line points like the Nile, any ocean that you resonate to, any of those places that I just talked about, any power points, and you bring those into the water. Those will be deeply, deeply healing for you. Or maybe you even need to just take a vacation and go visit the ocean. Okay, and this other one, this is a gateway and a portal. And if you look, it's the Fibonacci sequence here. We have the shell of Venus, Aphrodite. We have the pearl, Kuan Yin. We have the gateway of the ocean, again, Lemuria, Mother Ocean. There's the crescent moon, so the new moon might be really significant to you. And then I see the sun, so light codes are significant here. And I also see a full moon in that. And so all of these might be really significant to you, the next crescent moon to the full moon. Beluga whales. So beluga whales are a sign of finding your song, finding your purpose. They're also about family, togetherness, and community. So some of you might be calling in your community right now. Now, again, this is a collective reading, so take what fits and leave what doesn't. But you're in a portal right now. You're in a really beautiful portal of manifestation, because now we have the crescent moon doubled again. You are a manifesting maverick right now, and you are using your gifts to manifest not only just for you, but for the whole collective. And it's really beautiful. It's like a sacred dance that you're having between spirit and the physical. And the ocean will amplify any of that, but you can see all the light codes just shining off of the water here. So water light codes are really important. Mastery of water, praying over your water, speaking over your water, letting your water touch sunlight or moonlight is going to be really important for you here, because you have the lunar waters. And so actually letting moonlight into your skin is very significant here. If you can get outside, I know it's winter ending at the time of filming this reading, although these are all timeless. So it is harder to get outside for long periods of time, but I've been trying to at least get outside on the balcony and soak that moonlight into my skin, or going for walks in the night on the warmer evenings. And then as the summer comes and progresses, make sure you get by natural bodies of water and soak that moonlight into your skin. You are going to just recover so much psychic awareness, capacity. You're going to feel refreshed, renewed, recharged. It is just really, really good for us starseed beings to work with that. Waterfalls might be important. Maybe you can get to a waterfall. Maybe you can soak your skin in that in the moonlight. And then again, we have the high moon coming and the full moon here. And so you're really releasing and purging a lot of things that you've carried for a long time. It looks like burdens, heaviness, clouds lifting as you walk through this portal and this gateway. I just did a reading actually about shadow work and how important that is right now. So a lot of you could be going through that, but you're really coming into this place where it's like, I carried that for so long and that wasn't even mine. I didn't even believe that. Someone else told me about that. And you're really learning about projections, and you're really shedding off and letting go. Not even shedding. Well, like I said, we're still touching at the time of this reading, we're still touching the energetics of the wood snake into that fire horse, but you're being purified. These light codes, this energetic holy fire that is coming through is just showing you the truth. Like, oh, that was never mine. Oh, that was never true about me. I believed it because someone said it very convincingly. And at that time, I thought everything was my fault. And this is part of your healing, is just stepping into extreme self-awareness and confidence in the most humble and beautiful, but in strong way. You're just never going to let anybody put their stuff on you again. And you're in this frequency of where you might be triggering stuff out of other people because you're showing them the light of sovereignty that they have the invitation to also step into. And so that might trigger them especially if they're blocking themselves, or they're going through a lot of layers of distraction, or they're spiritual bypassing. But hold strong, love them anyway, and just remove yourself if you do trigger them, because this is actually a really, really good sign of your rising. And this is actually a really good sign of your up level, and that you are stepping into your purpose and your path. It is going to trigger other people, but the trigger is the invitation for them to go within and find this strength within themselves. And that's how we're all helping each other heal. So triggers in themselves aren't bad. I heard something in the last couple of weeks was like, there is no world and no level of wealth or no level of community where you are going to not trigger somebody. And so really knowing and understanding to stay into your heart, and understanding that pure unconditional love protects you from everything that could seek to harm us. But we have actually been taught the opposite. And we've been taught to respond to lower vibration by lower vibration, but we actually need to just rise right up out of that and expand from a higher vibration. Now, I'm not saying don't process your emotions, but process them in the comfort of your inner temples with Creator, with your angels. Don't express them on an outer level in a very chaotic way, because that's some of the traps of the matrix that we are letting go of right now. Wow, this is really powerful. Okay, and this is the purifications of the water. So that's emotional mastery. So you're learning to master your darker emotions. Oh, I see. You're learning to master your darker emotions, and you're bringing them into temples of light. You're bringing them into pure unconditional love and consciousness. And you are actually being able to really express this beautiful version of yourself. Like, look at this is Aphrodite's shell, Venus's shell, but look at the diamond. This is the quantum diamond. Oh, and the pearl codes that are coming down from the seraphim angels. So you might want to read some books by Siddhanta Ray. Siddhanta Ray has beautiful channels from the seraphim angels, and she talks about all of the pearl codes that are coming through. And so these are the quantum energetics that a lot of these rainbow diamond crystal children are now experiencing and activating within each other on the planet. And you are being rebirthed right now. And you might feel kind of tired. You might feel kind of disoriented, you might feel kind of new because you've went through such a massive shift, and you are still being called to honor rest, but then also honor work when you can. Don't overthink it. Try to work straight from divinity and from pure source and from imperfection maybe in your eyes, but then refine it as you go. Okay, so it's time to make power moves. It's time to move forward. It's time to really start to allow all of this energy to come through you, but also honor your cyclical nature. So you look at, she's still kind of sleeping. Look, she was just rebirthed. She's still wet from it. And so just understand, like, you're still in the new, you're still in the vacuum, all of the new is still landing. So give it time, give it trust in this newness within you, trust in the codes and the frequencies you've been receiving, all those light codes that have been coming down, all those things that you've been calling in by doing all of your inner work, and by integrating the shadow with the light. You can see it right here. She is integrating her shadow into her light, and you're integrating it with love and peace so that you can be powered, you can be powerful, and that you don't have a matrix system controlling and triggering your dark shadow aspects, because you already looked at them, you already loved them, you already brought them to the light. You were like, ooh, I didn't love that, I have that in me, but I'll love you anyway, and this is going to make me stronger. in the expression, because now I own it and something else can't just trigger it. And so you're really coming into that strength of not giving your power away to other people. Okay, you're also entering your calling. And so again, here I see like Africa, I see indigenous tribes, I see high priestess lineages, I see the grandmothers talking to you, I see all of the divine feminine networks within your family and within every single lineage and culture around the world. And the divine mothers, the divine mothers of all the world, the divine mothers, divine grandmothers, divine sisters of all the worlds are linking arms, and they're joining our ancestral lines so that they can all help us. And they are coming up against, because that's the levels of spiritual warfare that we're in right now, where there is high levels of discernment needed, disruption, high level of disruption, of psychic attack, of evil running amok right now. We actually need a unified front. And so those of us that have been starseeds planted to heal our ancestral wounds, we we have been healing those, and it's been able to restore the capacity of our ancestors to all link arms and to not be divided and separated by their choices. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Black Panther by Marvel, but he goes up at one point and he's mad at his ancestors, saying like you guys left this mess. Like, no, I'm going to clean it up. I'm not going to join you up here because this is wrong. I'm going to go down and I'm going to do what's right. And that's kind of what happened with your lineage, because we had so much division and so much segregation and so many trapped souls here, which is why so many of us starseeds came to Earth. Or look up Dolores Cannon's volunteers. You'll hear me talking about that often. And we untrapped so many souls that we've restored the bonds of ancestry. Wow, I didn't know that was going on. That's also why we've been probably feeling really tired and like really intense and stuff right now about this. So that's super interesting. Wow. I just want to sit with his energy for a moment, because it's like it's overwhelming. Like, it makes me want to cry with like sheer joy. I can just smell the most beautiful flowers right now, and I can just see all these rainbow energetics, and I can just see all of these ancestors holding hands. And it's not just about the women. So this is the divine feminine rising and linking back. This was the restored bonds of sisterhood and the restored trinity of the crone, the maiden, the mother. All of that was kind of damaged during the witch burnings and during different fractures of women energetics in humanity's history. But then the men now are going to be the next ring of layer, because they go on the outside rings of this. Like indigenous culture, their hierarchy is the children in the center, and then the women around that, and they're the medicine, the wisdom givers, the healers. They are the birthers, they are the guide, they're the dreamers, they are the mappers. And then there's the masculine that come around them as the protectors and the providers, and the strength of that circle to hold the container and the space for those women to be at their best and to be able to connect to divinity and guide them in the most proper way. And that is now the next ring of what we're entering to be being restored. Oh my God, that's so cool. Wow. Yeah, and I'm just seeing this this forming all over the world, and we're coming back to truth. We're coming back to divinity structures of the ecosystem that Creator created and left and seeded inside of us, that when evil entered this planet, it took power and greed, and it kind of tried to corrupt all of those things. But this is what's returning, is our idea of community and the natural ecosystem of the father, the mother, the child, or the man, the woman, the child, as Creator defines it, and as it was defined even in Lemuria, when we had really powerful community and harmony. It's all being restored. And then as the divine feminine is restored on the planet, first of all within ourselves, because we all have divine masculine and divine feminine within us, but as the divine feminine frequency is restored, it's going to allow people to be able to rest. It's going to allow people to come back into harmony with nature and to energetics, to listen to those cycles and those calls of rest. And that's what's happening right now, and it's starting with you. It's starting with you doing that, and you leading this way, and you calling for change, and you guiding and planning your life like this, and then other people seeing that embodiment, and then they're going to ask you about it, or they're going to come to you for healing and training, or they're just going to see it from how you live around them, or their triggers even, and you're just letting things be like, what is your responsibility? You nip in the bud, you deal with, you rectify right there, and what is theirs, you say no thank you, I bless you, I leave you lots of love and angels to help you deal with that, but I am not responsible for that, I'm not taking that on. And then this is also the end times of destiny swapping, karma swapping. There was a time when the clouds came out. There was a time when the energetics on this planet allowed those darker ages, when that shadow came, those darker ages, when we actually were going through so much destiny swapping and so much karmic swapping, but now that's not allowed. People are actually getting back the karma that they kept swapping out to other people, because you actually cannot just give people your karma. You might be able to avoid something for a while, but then their nature always wants harmony. Nature always comes into balance. And so that's the realm we're on. So Gaia is helping us bring everything back into balance. So all that karma that people tried to put on others is going back to its origin from, and we're getting our divine inheritances. So all the ancestors that stole from each other and stole things and stole resources and stole wisdom or damaged things, all of that stuff is a divine inheritance. It still all lives in the energetic realms, and it is coming back to their origin points, the origin owners, the origin families, to be shared through the collective, now as a divine inheritance. And the collective of starseeds, the collective of the people tapped in, the collective of the people connected to Creator, the people connected to unconditional love and light are going to be able to channel that stuff through them and claim it. So what part of that inheritance do you want? Since this is a collective reading, you can say it with me now, like, grandmothers, ancestors, I claim my divine inheritance. Please bring me back everything that is meant for me, purified through unconditional love and light, and brought back into my field in a way that doesn't create a life or healing crisis now. Take a deep breath, open your arms up wide to the heaven and receive that. Beautiful. And you might feel some air pressure tingles, some temperature changes as things download into your system, but you can receive it. And that's something else that's healing for you, is that you're learning to heal your own divine masculine, or you're even being coded right now. It's not even about like learning. We are downloading this coding of healing our inner divine masculine, because again, if you resonate as the divine feminine, if the divine feminine frequency comes through you in the most strongest way, you're now able to have anchored enough if you found this reading, you have anchored enough spiritual integrity, spiritual practice, spiritual alignment, spiritual commitment, that your feminine is healing. You're working from your feminine, you are birthing her on the planet, you are leading from her, and that is given enough healing to repair your masculine, which is the container, which is the empire you're building, which is the resources. It is your map, it is your confidence, it's your ability to now always trust your gut and to not allow yourself to be manipulated, to identify predatory energy and actually transmute it out of the people that are accidentally hosting it, or it's been corrupted in them. And you're going to not only heal your own masculine this way, you are going to heal many other masculines, because the masculines are rising. I'm getting so many more session requests for men. Men I'm going to do in a container. I'm going to do them in any men that resonate as men as a gender and are healing their divine masculine feminine. We're going to be doing containers. We're not going to be doing one-on-one sessions. We will eventually, but it's a container first. First, they need to come back together and see that they're not alone in the frequencies that they have been dealing with, and in the spiritual attacks that they've been going through that they didn't even know that they were going through. And so that will be the next containers of healing. It will be women and men's retreats, separate and then eventually together. Okay, but protection, you have the highest order of protection. Like all of those ancestors that have linked arms, you can just call on them to protect you, but you're already, your own ancestor groups are protecting you. There are so many ancestor groups that are like, oh my God, thank you for freeing us. Thank you for being the one to be the strongest to come free us. Okay, and there's just so much gratitude coming from your ancestors for you doing all of that inner work, all of that inner purging, all of that choosing, like leaving jobs, leaving relationships, leaving things that were toxic for you, just so you could rewrite the bloodline and the patterns that your bloodline had gotten trapped in. And your ancestors are just so wow, they're just, I don't even have words. Like they're in awe of you, and they're fiercely protective of you now. And for some of you might hear this and be like, well, when that, like, about time, because when that ancestor was alive, they were not like that with me at all. And yeah, like you might have been the black sheep of the family this whole time, but this is for you. Like you are you are just so cherished. So there's so much gratitude. I don't even have words. Like I keep getting choked up because as I go into this energy, because like the ancestors are like, they're like, I'm sorry, and like they're stuttering, and it's just like, oh my, like I can't believe I treated you like that, and you were the one, you did it, like you did it for all of us. And just like there's just almost like speechless heart awe, and like I could cry right now, just like, thank you. Like, thank you for doing this no matter how I acted was coming through. Oh, it's gonna make me want to cry. Okay. Okay, so let's pull some abundance cards to end this reading. Oh, I accidentally pulled 5. I did not mean to do that. Okay, so I trust in divine timing and the cosmic flow of money. I trust in the divine timing and the cosmic flow of my money manifestations. Okay, so you're still leading your soul group. There's still some like confusion and stuff there, overwhelming energies that you're integrating, but it's all going to come through. Don't worry. I am a child of the cosmos. Abundance is my divine birthright. And so the more that you receive that gratitude from your ancestors, the more that you receive that love, the more that you receive that apology, and you anchor forgiveness on both sides. Like, I forgive myself for the parts of me that contributed to the toxicity of my family, and then I forgive my family to the parts of them that contributed to the toxicity, and I accept and receive the grace for all the work and the healing that I chose to help heal the family. I receive the grace from the family. I receive that. It is okay for me to be proud of myself for the work and healing that I did, and know that they also chose it with me and we all did it together, and I'm very thankful for that. And so that's really coming through right now. That's going to help balance out all that confusion energy and help you just really reclaim a bunch of energy ties that are kind of floating all over in this energy and this reparation of your ancestors right now. I'm a child of the cosmos. Abundance is my divine birthright. So also reclaiming your divine birthright, your divine inheritance. I am ready to have the resources that were always meant to be mine, that my family left for me and their family left for them. In all directions of space and time, it is claimed through full divinity, purified and pure source and light, and I will use that money to help others as much as myself. Thank you for anchoring financial stability in my life. Thank you for anchoring grace, and thank you for anchoring that in the generations of my lineages to come as well, and all the children on this planet. May they restore this planet back to Gaia. This moment and every moment is designed to bring me closer to the abundance I desire. I release fear and I make room for abundance. So that's at shadow work. So if you want, it's going to be called something about Hecate and shadow work. And so if you want to go back and find that reading, you might really like that reading. Prosperity comes to me in infinite ways. Beautiful. So these are gate portal activations. This deck is beautiful. It's called Cosmic Wealth Codes by Taylor Eaton. And these are actual gateway portals. Okay. Prosperity codes come to me in infinite ways. I release fear and make room for abundance. This moment and every moment is designed to bring me closer to the abundance I desire. I am a child of the cosmos. Abundance is my divine birthright. I trust in divine timing and cosmic flow of my money manifestations. Okay, so that is a beautiful gateway portal of divine inheritance, divine ancestral healing, just from your own sacred process, your own owning of yourself, and really owning your confidence, your energy, your very existence, being a blessing to this planet and loving yourself. So good job, Starseed. I love you. I'm so proud of you. If you want your own reading, if you want a sacred quantum energetic refrequency coding, you want to do any quantum energetic shadow work and help you process literal years of trauma or literal years of limited beliefs and conditional programming, you can work with me one-on-one. I offer quantum energetic sessions that are based on ancient energetics from Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and I do a lot of theta healing energetics as well. And you can find all my links down in the description. Email me and we'll set you up within 48 hours. I love you, Starseed. Namaste.